You know, what makes Aero interesting is the innovation that we see coming out of Europe. With far fewer restrictions in the light sport category than in the US, some very slick designs. And the Europeans have a lot more regulatory flexibility when it comes to electric aircraft too. And for that, we're going to go to Tom Horn over in the E-Flight Expo. Tom?
Hey Warren, well, this year at Aero, they're placing a heavy emphasis on the growing electric aviation segment here in Europe. And in fact, they've devoted an entire exhibit hall to electric aviation. Some of these designs are already flying, and some of these are more fanciful in nature.
Well, our plan is to spread the message that electric flight is possible.
Just about every electric airplane flying today flies behind a motor from industrial giant Siemens. And they've steadily been pushing the envelope to advance battery and motor technology.
And now we have, so to say, the third generation of the motor, of the control system. And yeah, we are testing this. We have more than 200 hours on the plane and gaining experience and bringing this experience into the larger aircraft that we are also working on.
Currently flying are two models built in conjunction with Magnus aircraft from Hungary. One's a pure electric version flying behind a 75 horsepower motor. It made its first public flight here at Aero. The two-seater can fly for about 40 minutes on battery power. Another experimental Magnus design uses a hybrid system with a small diesel motor from a Mercedes smart car.
And we optimized it for flight conditions. For example, we implemented a new control system with an ECU and changed the mapping completely for flight conditions.
The diesel drives an electric generator, which feeds the 100 horsepower motor and recharges the battery. And Siemens has more test beds in mind.
For larger aircraft, even we will electrify 1 out of 4 gas turbines of the BAE 146 together with Airbus and Rolls-Royce. We will electrify a kind of a hovercraft, a quadrocopter together with Airbus, which is the City Airbus.
Twin brothers Jan and Ivo Prokov from the Czech Republic are just months away from certifying their electric motor glider.
So we are Phoenix Pure Flight System, and we are here to change the era of flying.
The Phoenix is powerful enough that it can tow another glider into the air.
And we have something which we call a pump station, which is a charger which you can use for charging the plane and also for the cars. You can charge up to 10 cars or 10 planes or any mix of that through this charger.
They plan to install chargers around the Czech Republic and ultimately the rest of Europe. Pipistrel's Alpha Electro is already flying in Europe, Australia, Canada, and California. The two-seat trainer is powered by an 80 horsepower Siemens motor and can fly for about an hour on a charge.
So what we're doing is we're working with methanol, which is a nice and easily handled fuel. You could basically carry it in a bucket. And we perform onboard reformation using catalytic steam reformers, where we separate, where we combine methanol and water and generate hydrogen and carbon dioxide. And the hydrogen then goes through the fuel cell and generates the electricity that we need to run the motors.
The Antares E2 is designed as a remote sensing platform. 2 underwing pods carry the methanol fuel and the fuel cells. The other pods can carry radar or other sophisticated remote sensing payloads. This aircraft can stay aloft for up to 40 hours. This is a mock-up. The real aircraft is scheduled to fly in June. Okay, a lot of the aircraft here in the E-Flight Expo are either prototypes or proof-of-concept airplanes. This Discopter is meant to be an urban air taxi. This thing has a single fan powered by 2 450 horsepower automobile engines. They're looking for investors. So hey Warren, this is your chance to get in on the ground floor.
Gee, thanks Tom, but I think that thing's going to stay on the ground.